Hello there.
Hello again. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Just called to say
hello.
I think about you day and night.
Do you? I'm
No,
sorry.
not really. No. I do think about you in the day and in the night. I'm not thinking about you.
I guess day and night doesn't necessarily mean all day and all night. It's just sometimes when I think about you, it is daytime. And sometimes when I think about you, it is nighttime.
And if you're Lionel Ritchie, I'm thinking about you all night long.
All night long. All
That's
night.
it.
All night long. All night.
All night. I do enjoy that song. I do enjoy Lionel Ritchie.
Oh yeah, Lionel Ritchie is awesome. I love me some Lionel.
Mm-hmm. And one of my guilty pleasures is watching American Idol this year.
Oh dear God, why?
And because Lionel Richie's on there.
Is he really? How's he doing?
He's great.
Can he be doing something other than American Idol? Please.
He's so good.
Yeah, which is my problem.
It's so clear that this is now an ABC product as opposed to a Fox product because who owns ABC, of course.
Right, of course.
The Walt Disney Company. And he's just the perfect guy. The original American Idol was just painful sometimes, and they just made you cringe and feel sorry for how people were being treated. They can't sing, but they don't deserve to be treated like that. Or maybe they do. I don't know. But still. Lionel Ritchie, he should have his own HR firm because he's the kind of person who could walk into a room and tell somebody, we're going to have to let you go. And make them feel great about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good.
Does a good job with it, huh?
Oh God, he's so good. Yeah, it's worth watching just for that. But they're finished They're finished that auditions round, where they go around to the different cities and.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they go to Hollywood next. I think they're doing like a compilation thing. This won't matter for when this airs, but maybe some of you will have watched it. And I think after the Academy Awards, they're doing like a compilation thing, but it won't matter. Never mind. Just cut that out. Just pretend I cursed or something.
You have a lot of text on your mug there.
You can tell the kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Can you read it?
I don't judge people on color, race, creed, or gender. I judge them on spelling, punctuation, grammar, and sentence structure. And I like that it's in a typewriter font, like our show here. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I hadn't noticed that.
So that would fit as a
it's on
accidentally
brand.
derivative mug. We should probably copy that and put it on our store. You can't copyright that.
No, there's no copyright on it anyway.
Exactly. No. That is an accidentally derivative mug now.
Ours would have a possum at the bottom of the cup.
It'll be on the other side, looking at you judgingly.
I would rather. Wouldn't it be cool? So I had this little cup when I was a kid that was actually probably like my mother's or something from her childhood. But it was like that one of those old school mugs, and which reminds me of another mug. Anyway, there was this mug that had, I don't know, it was a frog. I would freak Carlos out. It was a frog at the bottom of the cup.
Oh, and it would like a sculpture of a frog, and as you drank, he would like start peeking out of the stuff. Yeah. I've seen those. I've never drunk out of those, but those have to be bizarre.
God, I love that
yes,
thing.
I would love to. If you decide to serve Carlos something in that mug, please invite me to whatever that is.
So petrified. He's so petrified of those little frogs, those little teeny
The little ones?
Of course. Yeah, the little ones. Of course, we're talking about our good buddy, Carlos Ponto Silva.
Eduardo.
I had another mug that was, it was ceramic, and it was kind of, not cream in color, but like an opaque, frosted type of mug. And it had Raggedy Ann and Andy on it, I think. Remember them?
Okay. Oh, yes, I do. They're very, I've always found them disturbing, but.
Yeah. But I used to love drinking chocolate milk out of those.
Yeah.
That mug in particular. There was something about, like, I can actually remember right now the feeling of we talked about, this is like just returning to the last episode. We talked about or not last episode, but one of the previous episodes where I talked about like the mug, like the handle feel.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But that's one where I can actually even remember the feeling of my teeth on the edge of the mug. Like,
wow.
Yeah, I love that mug.
Pretty sort of almost visceral memory of
Well, it was chocolate milk.
Well, yeah. The most visceral of milks.
Oh. Okay. I don't know why. That just seems disgusting.
I'm not even entirely sure what a visceral milk would be.
No, I don't want to know. No, I don't want to know.
That's one of those things best left undefined, really.
Did we talk about? No, we didn't talk about it. I sent you a pin about this.
You sent me quite a few. What are we talking about?
We're talking about NotMilk.
NotMilk. Uh-oh, yes. Yes, and I remember sending...
So, one of the things that I decided I was going to do during my staycation period was that I was going to eat breakfast cereal.
Good plan.
No, I didn't. It wasn't quite as ambitious as I thought I might be, but I did have it on a few occasions, and I tried. I really enjoyed having the Kellogg's Special K with berries.
Is that the
little strawberry,
red berry or whatever it's called?
Yeah, red berry. Yeah. Don't they just call it strawberry?
Is it just strawberries? I've been curious because of the name.
Like, it's
if
just
there was like raspberry in there too or something.
No, it's like a slice of dehydrated strawberry.
Oh, okay.
Is what it is. It's delicious. It holds up, man.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
it's good.
But
the K is still special.
The K is still special. At least with the red berry, it is.
Well, you do what you got to do.
But I'm not drinking milk currently. I'm not eating dairy products, so
that does pose an interesting conundrum.
Complicates things. And I've tried almond milk. I've tried rice milk. I've tried all the.
It's murky water.
It's not the same.
It's not.
It's not the same. So I saw this thing.
I want it to be, but it's not.
I don't know how to eat milk and almond.
It's a weird gray too. I don't like non-milk.
Yeah. Well, but you might like NotMilk because.
Oh, that's the actual name of the product.
It's called NotMilk.
NotMilk.
Which is kind of brilliant.
And all-encompassing, almost. All of the things
right.
that it could possibly be. There's only one that it's not going to be.
Right, it can even be visceral milk.
It can be visceral milk. It can be visceral chocolate milk. Chocolate visceral milk. CVM.
It's called NotMilk. It's a real thing. Apparently, it's also put out by the company. It's called NotCo. It literally is called NotCo.
It's called NotCo?
It's NotCo.
Perfect.
and it's 100% plant-based.
Well, yeah.
And it's delicious.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it thick? Is it creamy? Because that's the problem I've always had.
So they have a 2% version and a whole milk version. I got the 2% version.
There's a whole milk version. What is there more of in that one, I wonder?
I don't know. That's a good. I don't want to know.
Yeah, maybe not. A space age polymer.
But I mean, I think it's important to stress that this is not. I don't think this is a. This is not a. It's not meant to be like a healthier alternative to milk.
It's more of a if you have health problems because like directly because of milk,
or if you just don't want to drink milk because you don't want to drink. Like for me, I just don't want to have dairy. I try to avoid dairy because it doesn't treat me well. It's
right,
not like
that's
I'm
what
allergic to
yeah.
it. I don't have an intolerance. It's not good for me.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
And so it is what it is. But NotMilk. Of course, I'm going to read the internet to you.
Of course. Another episode.
Right.
Jason reads the internet.
But I feel like you have to know. I mean, how can you not know what the ingredients are, right?
I am insatiably curious about NotMilk.
Right.
I am not disinterested.
The first ingredient, of course, which is probably also the first ingredient of milk, when you think about it.
It's water.
It's water.
Yeah.
So, all right.
It's the first ingredient of most things, actually.
We're most of the way there now, right? I really wish they would put percentages on ingredients, like you knew.
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't that be cool?
Like,
by
all right,
volume
you
or
told me that there was, whatever in here.
And I know that they go in order of like what's the most, right? But
I'm gonna write something down to bring up later.
Percentage-wise, so water, sunflower oil.
Okay, I didn't know they were particularly oily. Well,
that's what I'm thinking. It gives it kind of like the. It must give it like that mouthfeel, like you would get from like a milk fat, right? It's got to be.
Yeah, right? That would make sense.
Right. Pea protein.
Trying hard not to snicker at that one, but yeah. I'm 48 for a couple of weeks. I shouldn't be snickering at that, but boy,
I gotta come back to something too. Now I say that. And then after that, it's water, sunflower oil, pea protein.
Yeah. The capital
And
P.
then the next thing it says is contains less than 2% of, and now it's everything else.
Ooh.
So 98%.
Well, how many things are less than 2%? Like all of those ingredients times 2 is a possible percentage.
No. What I'm thinking. Well, okay. My interpretation of this is like 2% of what's in here is the rest of this stuff.
Like that whole conglomeration only makes up 2%. All right, possible. There's a 2% other that we're dealing with,
right? And the other is and it's very specific. It's sugar.
Okay.
Pineapple juice concentrate.
Surprising.
Dipotassium phosphate, which I assume is a preservative of some sort.
Yeah, it's good that they're putting that in there now.
Calcium carbonate.
What? Okay.
Gellin
Baking
gum.
soda?
Gellin gum.
Gellin gum. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Acacia gum.
There's xanthan gum as well in there.
Salt.
Okay.
Monocalcium phosphate.
Oh, good. You only get the one calcium phosphate.
You get the elusive natural flavor.
Yes.
What does that mean? Hey, honey, can you
tastes like nature?
Can you? That wouldn't be the pea protein.
The pea protein probably also tastes like nature.
Natural flavor. Cabbage juice concentrate.
Okay.
Vitamin D2 and vitamin B12. So I'm assuming, right? Okay. The water's water. Sunflower oils to give it probably that mouthfeel.
Yeah, sort of.
Pea protein is really to give it actually the protein that you would normally get from milk, value, sure. Right? Yeah. Sugar. Well, milk has sugar in it, so there's that.
Yeah.
Dipotassium phosphate and the monocalcium phosphate. I assume I don't know. I don't really know what those are. I'm not a chemist. Salt, of course. Again, for taste. And the vitamin D2 and vitamin B12. That's the supplement. I don't think of
milk as particularly salty, but but things that have salt in them.
Pea protein,
don't
I'm sure has
always taste salty anyway. So
right. So what I'm really curious about is the role that is played by pineapple juice concentrate.
Yeah.
And the cabbage juice concentrate. Like
both are one of them is a lot more acidic than the other.
who comes up with that idea? Like, oh,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
You know what we need? You know what we need here? Cabbage juice.
Yeah, it's like it's missing a little something. You know, my grandmother's German. Whenever she didn't think something felt right or tasted right, she always squeezed the cabbage into it. Because it's
I got
juice.
a fever.
Cabbage juice. Where do you get cabbage juice? It's cabbage juice concentrate. It's not fresh cabbage juice. No. This is from concentrate. This comes in a cylinder in the freezer section. And you can make cabbage juice out of it. You can make cabbage sherbet out of it.
Yes. But then I started thinking like Christopher Walken. Then like Christopher Walken, like, I got a fever.
The only
prescription
is more cabbage juice. Concentrate.
Like, what? It's like, what's the role that it plays? And now I want to taste the version and now without cabbage juice. Like I like to have the version without the cabbage juice just to see what does it do?
A/B comparison there. Yeah.
Right. What does it do?
And what happens if that's orange concentrate rather than pineapple? Because they're both citrus. They're both.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pineapple citrus.
It's really fascinating and it's good. I mean, I'm here to tell you.
Yeah, I need to try it.
It's actually really. It's just really good. It tastes just like milk.
Because the rest of them are like utter failures.
No, this is really good. And of course, just as everybody knows, like we don't get any kickbacks.
No.
These people don't really know that we exist. Like so.
Well, if they see their
numbers go up by
the numbers
2.
spike.
Yeah.
By 15.
All of a sudden, we're selling 2 more cartons in
Central
Winter
Florida.
Garden.
Something. We must have been on a podcast or something.
Something.
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure it's accidental.
Probably
A little derivative.
A little bit, yeah.
So,
so do they have now? Maybe you're looking at the internet there. Do they have not ice cream?
Oh, I don't. You mean the NotCo company?
Yeah, just NotCo, not. Also, not produce, not ice cream.
So when you open this up, it says products, recipes, impact, about us, blah, 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 all the things. And then down below, meet Giuseppe.
Oh. He doesn't work for us or anything. He's just this guy we really like.
Who doesn't want to meet Giuseppe? Like a guy with the name
He's
Giuseppe.
He's the guy that came up with the cabbage juice.
You want to meet Giuseppe, right?
I do want to meet Giuseppe. I want to ask Giuseppe a very specific question.
Meet Giuseppe, our AI chief. I'm sorry, chef. AI chef. What's AI? Okay. Wait, does that mean like artificial?
AI. It's a robot.
Gosh. He is. So not only is he a robot,
Giuseppe.
They named him Giuseppe. I love these people.
Giuseppe, like in Star Wars, is it spelled out, but it's actually an acronym of some kind?
We could call it an algorithm with the ability to find infinite combinations of plants to replicate animal products and make them even tastier and sustainable.
So they're serious.
We like to call it by its name.
Giuseppe? Giuseppe is honest to God an artificial intelligence that came up with NotMilk.
Yes.
And you have consumed this product into your body, have you?
I didn't know.
They use machine learning to come up with this product.
I mean,
my God, what have you done?
I don't even want this. Okay, hold on. It's just problematic. I mean,
you got NotMilk regret now. This is what you got.
I'm just a little confused as to why, like, how they named him Giuseppe.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that one.
This almost reminds me. Imagine it's like a what if episode, but instead of Ultron becoming
Giuseppe.
Imagine if he became Giuseppe instead. He's like, oh, I can tell you what plants to use to taste just like meat.
See, that would have been much better.
Right. This is what this is.
Giuseppe, he could have been played by Roberto Bernini.
Oh my gosh, this is so educational. I apologize to anybody who was hoping not to learn anything this hour, but it's too late because I'm going to... Did you know? Did you know that pineapple and coconut have molecules equivalent to dairy milk? I don't know what that means. Equivalent molecules? Like,
milk
of course
molecule?
I knew that. Like, what, carbon?
One would think. What?
They're basically explaining
molecule.
how they built this thing.
Water. We already figured that one out.
Lactones molecules enhance the creamy notes in dairy milk.
Pineapple creamy lactones would be a fantastic a cappella band name.
Right. And their big hit, pea protein.
The front man Giuseppe.
Oh my goodness, this is just too good. So I mean, I'm not going to read all of this. This is not how we'll spend the rest of the evening. But if anyone's interested, you just go to notco.com, NOTCO.com, and you can meet Giuseppe.
And if you go to notco.com/possum, you get $10 off your first order.
Not really. But
no, do it. Do it. And when they say, why is everybody putting possum in here? And then they say, hey, I came here because of this place. And then maybe we'll get a NotMilk not sponsorship.
Right? I mean, it's so good. It was you're going to try it. I know you're going to try it now.
I have to now, not only because it's intriguing that it is more milk-like than any of the other sort of milk analogs that they have out there, but it's also, it was created by a computer named Giuseppe. Now I really need to taste this.
I mean, I'm glad they didn't call it milk of Giuseppe.
Just Giuseppe protein. I don't want Giuseppe's protein.
Oh, yeah. So
wow, that was a little adventure you had there on your week off.
Oh, but one. I noticed as I think I don't know what episode it was. Maybe it was the last episode.
I don't know. I don't listen to the show.
Michelle listens, and I hear myself. It's so weird. I'm like, who's she talking to?
Is she talking to me? Did I?
And I go out.
Did
there,
I go back in time?
Who is she? God, that guy's annoying. Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's somewhere in there. I say like I'm 49 years old. I hear myself say this. I'm not 49.
No, I know.
Not yet.
I knew it then too, but I didn't want to.
You didn't put it. Why didn't you point it out? You just let it go right by.
I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be like. I mean, you're almost 49, just as I am, because we were born like 3 days apart.
But it's not like I'm 14 and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all at 15. I'm practically.
Yeah, well, you did that too, didn't you? I think
I did. Worked.
You're always like trying to push forward in your age.
I am. What am I doing? Stop it.
But back
Jason.
then it kind of made sense. Now it's like.
Yeah, now it's like, no, you're 36. 36 is the number.
Age. I'm actually younger than I said I was. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. So, yeah. So, but you wrote something that you said, it reminds me that I got to talk about something. You wrote something down.
Yes. So speaking of ingredients and kind of surprising ingredients that show up in things, one of Emily's kind of favorite candy type things is a Jelly Belly. And I also enjoy the Jelly Belly. But the point is, she, as you know, has a sensitivity to more or less all substances. Which is to say, not that she is allergic to everything, but that if something is going to have an effect, that effect is going to be 10 times more intense with her, because for whatever reason, her system, like if she has a single chocolate chip at 5 in the afternoon, she will be up all night. From the,
I mean, I know what she tells me.
No, I've seen it.
I've never actually seen it happen, so I have to take your word for it, really.
And yes, and you can do so with confidence. And various other things like that, where she's like like if she is having trouble sleeping, for instance, and she takes like half of a single Tylenol PM to kind of help her sleep, she's out until like 10 o'clock the next day. It's like whatever it is, the effect it's going to have on you, it'll have 10 times that effect on her. So the point is that she has to be kind of careful about things that involve caffeine if she's planning on sleeping that night, which she has up to this point planned on doing every night. So imagine both of our surprise when after she's had, now this is a while back when we discovered this, but it's still the case today, that among the ingredients of a Jelly Belly is caffeine.
No.
If you look in the ingredients, caffeine in black and white, they put caffeine in.
No.
And it's not just like the espresso Jelly Bellies. It's like all of them have caffeine in them. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing I've ever.
So how many of these has she been eating before bedtime?
Well, like recently, not many. Because like I said, we discovered this a while back. She's eating these things and she was up all night and she just can't figure it out why. And I was also kind of confirmed that it wasn't psychosomatic, right? Is that I didn't even know it had caffeine. Nobody knew it had caffeine in it. And she still kept her up. So it's not so we know that it's a real, reaction to caffeine or whatever. But that's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
That's weird.
In a Jelly Belly that there's and it's not that there's an ingredient in there that has naturally occurring caffeine like cocoa beans or coffee or something.
Right.
It's that they have placed caffeine in these Jelly Bellies on purpose. They're like, we have added it.
Why? Like, you understand with soda,
well, even soda, like that's just in there because I'm assuming that whatever they make the syrup out of, the cola nuts or whatever, if they even use that's something I don't even know that I've ever seen a cola nut. I don't know that they exist, but they promised me in ads back in like the 80s that cola nuts go into making cola, and one assumes there's caffeine in the cola nut. So that's why it's in the Coke, but not so much in the lemon and the lime, and that's why you don't get it in the Sprite.
I'm sorry, sir, but you have an intestinal nut.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Well, what kind of intestinal nut? Oh, this one happens to be a colon nut.
A colon nut. It's a sigmoid cashew, is what that is.
Oh my gosh. I've never seen a colon nut. And neither have I.
It's a semicolon nut. I don't know.
That's good stuff. Oh, Giuseppe.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's good. There's so many things I want to tell you.
No, please do.
I don't know.
That's what we're here for.
Okay. Oh, Lord. So many things. Okay. Let's talk about my walk.
Oh, yes. An update on the walk.
Couple of things. Yeah, couple of things happened. The guy next door, the neighbor next door, that I talk to when I have to. Nice family. They have people there.
This isn't Toby. Toby's across the street.
Toby's across the street. God bless you for remembering Toby.
He's from Australia, right? Isn't he?
Yeah. The other neighbors next door, like right next door. I think they have like 6.
By the way, my next door neighbor, no idea what his name is.
Oh, perfect, good.
Yours?
Mine either.
I know yours.
Well, Michelle knows all of them, of course. So they're going to get like rock work done, or stone work or stuff, and basically they're going to not in a Mary Magdalene kind of way. They're going to stone their house, like where they're having it's like stucco like ours, where they're having stone put up, like I guess decorative stone. Yeah. Yeah, it's like apparently they're actual rocks.
Yeah, but I mean, like, surely.
Yeah. It's not like structural. It just goes on there, right? But they're not like fake. They're not like they're not like, they're not like the stuff you would buy back in the 80s that you would like stick to the wall next to your fireplace. Rocks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Take out the rock, remove the backing, place the rock on the wall.
Exactly. There's like fake bricks. You remember those?
Do not wash for 24 hours.
So, okay. So this I don't know when this was supposed to start, but it was supposed to start. They had all the vehicles out in the street, of course, and then they brought in like the big pallet of rock that's sitting in the driveway, and they don't do anything with it.
It's just a pallet of rocks sitting out there.
Pallet of rocks. And the guy, and there's this guy who drives this van. It's the vans. I don't understand this either. If you're a commercial operator, why don't you put a sign on the side of your van?
Yeah, I've never understood that. A nondescript work van is weird.
Advertise yourself. Otherwise, you look like you're going to like
exactly. Not only are you benefiting from the advertisement, but you're also kind of assuaging people's worry about your nondescript van.
If I'm out for a walk and you're slowing down and you have a van with like a little sliding door thing and it doesn't have any words on it or windows,
I've seen.
I know movie. I'm 48, but I'm now a 12-year-old worried. Right?
You apparently think somebody else will pay a lot of money for me. I don't know.
Where are they mistaken? Oh, Giuseppe.
I think you've been taking bad advice on that, but hey.
So anyway, this guy, so his crew comes out, and they descend upon the house, and they're basically putting on like, I don't know, like a spackling of some sort, like a layer of something. I don't know
Probably what the rocks adhere to, surely, right? On the wall?
No, because they put this all on, and then they put in. There's like every so many inches, maybe even 6 inches or so, maybe a little more than that. There's like a little disc of some sort. It looks like it maybe gets affixed in some way. Maybe it's a nail. Maybe I don't know. I didn't watch the whole process. I just saw
this is on the outside wall of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should have taken pictures. Anyway, so then that part gets done, and everything stops. It's almost like God creating the universe. Like it's like
right. And the evening and the morning were the second day.
And it was good, and
right. And God said, "All right, we got the discs in place. We're good.
Okay, let's go home." Right. Okay. The next day comes, and this guy, the rockwork guy, he he's there. His van's there. Doors open. He's got like a little camp chair kind of thing, like the kind of thing you would take if your kids were in a soccer game or something. You
right,
take,
yeah.
Like he's sitting there. I don't know. I'm sure he's smoking a cigarette at some point. I think I saw him smoking several times. And that's all he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there.
Okay.
There's no help. There's nothing else is happening. Okay. Now, I assume he's waiting for his people to come to arrive. It's the morning. I'm going out for my walk. Okay. I walk. I'm getting ready to pass him. And he says to me, first problem, he's going to engage in a conversation. Like, oh, come on, man.
Damn it.
He says, seemingly sensitive to my sense of urgency to move past this situation, he says to me, "You live in the corner house there?" Yeah. He says, "Can I, like, when you come back, like, like I'd like to talk to you." Like, it's like, great.
Now I ain't coming back. Go around the corner and I'm calling an Uber.
Marcus, I'm literally thinking about, like, how do I get back into my house without going? I can't climb.
You gotta go through backyards like Ferris Bueller. You gotta come in. I'm coming in hot. Have the door open.
Oh my God! Did I tell you that story?
What?
The coming in hot story?
At your house?
Yes.
I don't know. It sounds vaguely familiar. But
did I ever tell you about the
episode 86
Have we talked about the presidential motorcade?
No, I don't think we have.
Plural?
I think not, actually.
Okay. I'm writing this down.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Pin it.
So
completely
I am
intra-show
I'm walking.
pin.
Yeah. The best kind, really.
Yeah. I had one day.
So of course I commit. What am I supposed to say? No. And someone says, "Hey, when you come back, can I like to talk to you?" Well, I guess some people might. I mean, I really would love to be that person who would just say, "No, I'm good."
Hey, rock boy, I ain't talking to you about squat.
And I realize I just need to have like 7 seconds of bravery, right, to be the person to say, "No, I'm okay. I'm good." I really want to be that person, Marcus. I really do. I'm going to work on that. I really do. So I feel like I've earned that, like, living this long.
Yeah.
Like
You got nothing to prove.
I shouldn't have to fear walking back into my house.
Right.
So I'm on my way, and of course now I'm thinking about this like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get past this, right? So I'm on this walk, and then I encounter this woman who is wearing sunglasses, but only one lens is shaded.
There are two lenses in there?
Oh, no.
No.
There's just one lens and one not lens.
So a complete hole through one side.
Right.
And the other side's got a sunglasses lens in it.
Correct.
It's a pair of sunglasses.
It's a sunglass. And she's walking by. And I feel like I have to pretend like this is normal. Like I'm going to say hi to you. Like, hello.
What's up, Archangel?
Hi there.
He's the guy from Airwolf that had the glasses. Okay.
Thank you. I was more of a Blue Thunder?
Blue
Thunder, yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. That's so weird. They have those two competing shows. Like, why? What? It's like Iron Eagle and oh my God, Top Gun were out at the same time. Like, why?
Yeah,
why does that happen?
The one. Because you think about like Armageddon and Deep Impact, and you're like, okay, they're both cheesy and they're both comparable. Some people prefer one over the other, but but Top Gun versus Iron Eagle, it's like.
Louis Gossett Jr., I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Louis Gossett Jr. and some kid.
I think that's what killed his career right there.
He famously does not turn down roles.
Well, he certainly didn't turn that down.
I think he does now, but for a while there, he was like, you know what? Yes, I will be in your thing. Yeah,
I'm just going to work. Yeah. If you can pay my price,
really good in the Watchmen show, but And if you want to see Louis Gossett Jr. at peak LGJ, Enemy Mine is what you want to see.
Oh, Enemy Mine. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
From both people, him and Quaid, Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, that was really good.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Wayback Machine there. So, so I see this woman, and she... there may have been a hint of embarrassment. I'm not sure exactly.
About her glasses?
Yeah, I don't know. She wasn't... I said hi, but like, I'm thinking to myself, like, how sunny does it have to be?
Right.
Where I choose, I'm like, you know what? I know I'm missing the lens in this, but I got to at least have one eye cover. Like, what? How?
This weird Sophie's choice of which eyeball are you going to sacrifice to the sun?
And she wasn't even squinting in the other eye. It wasn't like, like, hi. No, it was like, I mean, it was.
That is bizarre.
It was just bizarre. It's
that
weird.
You make the choice to go
but
with
I
them.
can't,
Yeah.
Marcus, I swear to you, I saw her at that same spot on the walk, that weird place by the lake, like where all the weird stuff happens, where the old man fell down,
sidewalk,
where the guy almost killed me because he was on the wrong side, and the person came up behind. It's all the weird things happen right there.
I think you may need to scout out a new route.
No, do I miss out on this? Come on. Can't do that. I mean, come on. It's like the universe wants me to experience these things.
Apparently.
I have to push the button. So, okay. Fast forward. Mm-hmm. I'm not even going to talk about the loose dogs that I had to deal with.
Loose dogs.
And help. Yeah, and they got
another
to help
great Frank Zappa album.
Save dogs, and yeah, there's a whole thing. And the most this when I realized that I'm not a nice person is in moments like this where I actually stopped. I helped I figured out what was going on, checked for the tags, helped get the dog back to where they're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I did the right thing. But just before I did the right thing, I internally sighed and paused my exercise thing on my watch. Oh no, we're going to pause this first.
Yeah, I'm not.
We're now in unofficial time, right? This is not official, and
I'm gonna clock out for a sec here.
Here we go. Stand by. Pause the podcast. Save some dogs. Okay, now let's get back. And now on my way back, and now I'm worried. Now I'm just worried about
Rocko there.
Yeah, right. So
this is all during one walk.
This is all one.
The lady with one glass, saving dogs,
same walk,
and Rocko.
It's the same walk. So I get back to I'm coming back to the house, and I decided that I'm going to avoid Rocko. Mm-hmm. I know this is a great surprise to people. So what I do is I decide I'm going to, instead of going around the block like I do to come back, I'm going to cut it a little short and come down this street that I don't like on the other side of my house that I don't usually take. Because there I can kind of get into the front porch area without coming completely into the line of sight of where Rocko is going to be. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did.
Okay.
And I got in there, lickety split, and So, at some point, I'm sure later that day, I had to come back out, and he was like preoccupied or something. Mm-hmm. The thing is, the workers never showed up. And I think it's the day. Oh, I remember now. I think that was the day of the deluge.
Oh, the deluge day.
No, it wasn't the deluge. This is the next week, so it couldn't have been the day. I can't remember. it's all running together, Marcus. It ended up raining that day, and it wasn't supposed to. Maybe I think that's why the workers didn't end up coming. So then the next day, it's another rainy day, and he's there. It's not actively raining, but it's going to probably rain. It's one of those days, and he's there, back in his little camp chair, and just sitting there. And I'm going out for my walk again. Mm-hmm. And he says, as I'm walking by, I made a comment to him. I'm proactively saying to him, like, I'm expecting him to say, like, oh, I want to talk to you.
Right.
Right. So, of course, me being Jason, I'm going to now say to him, I don't know what's wrong with me, Marcus, but I say to him, Are you gonna be here for a while?
You instigated this?
Yes. What's wrong with like don't worry. I want to talk to you. Like I don't want you to think that. Don't think that I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I'm just in a hurry right now. But I'd like to talk to you later.
About rocks.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh no, I remember. It wasn't. I wasn't actually going out for a walk this time. I was actually just getting into my car. That's what it was. I was getting in my car, and so I was like saying, "Hey, are you going to be here?" And he said, "Oh, I'm going to be here all day." Like yada yada yada. Okay, great. By the time I come back, he's there, but not in a position where I actually need to talk to him. So I just go back into my house again. Okay, yeah, that's day 2 or 3 at this point.
But you didn't go out of your way to come back to your house in a weird direction.
No. It was just too awkward. Like in that situation, he was out there, and the neighbor guy was out there, and they see me. I'm not like invisible, and I have to say something, and I knew he wanted to talk to me the day before, but I evaded him.
Right.
And so now I have to say something because I can't be like, oh yeah. Anyway, so I mean, I could have been. So now day 3 or day 4, now I come out for a walk. He's back in the camp chair. I walk past him. So we acknowledge each other, say hi. No question about talking.
Huh. I guess he has cooled on the idea of whatever it is he wanted to discuss with you.
Well, that's what I don't
Sticking
know.
rocks all over your house, I'm assuming, is what he wanted to talk about. But.
That's what I was assuming. Like he was going to try to sell me on the stonework or something.
Don't you want some rocks on your house?
Right. But he didn't. And then I'm thinking to myself, maybe he got to Michelle first, and maybe she waved him off. God bless her. Like I don't know. But like he didn't ask to talk anymore. Okay. But one of the things I also made a mental note of is. He's always sitting in this chair. Like even if, and they still weren't doing the work, but he was there in a little camp chair, smoking a cigarette, as if they were going to fall from the sky. The workers are going to parachute in at any moment and start working.
What's going on with that guy?
It's so weird. And so then I go off for my walk, and I'm thinking to myself, gosh, even if I wanted the rock work done, number one, I'm probably going to wait until after they finish to decide whether I'm interested.
Right,
Number
you got to
two,
see the end product.
Right. Number 2, this guy just sits around all the time.
Yeah, what am I paying you for, buddy?
What is he? Right. Okay. Marcus, I come back to the house. I come back the normal way because now I figure it's safe because he didn't say anything. And as I come back, he's sitting in the chair. Mm-hmm. And he says to me, almost like he's with this smile and this laugh, like he's embarrassed.
Okay.
Like, and he said, it's as if I'm the foreman and he's the worker. And he says to me, I swear I just sat back down.
You don't want you to think he's been sitting there the whole time you've been in Kauai.
Right. And he's so like,
what are you worried about, buddy?
and I thought to myself, buddy,
I don't see any rocks on that house.
If you have to say that to me,
yeah,
you're absolutely sitting too much. Like you
you just
know
told
you're
on
sitting
yourself,
too much.
buddy.
You're already aware. You're self-aware.
You're
like,
the lady that doth protest too much.
Exactly. So, okay, finally the work is, it's the next week. The work starts, or maybe it's the end of the week. It's several days past in the houses in this state. And then finally they start and they do this thing. Marcus, this guy still pretty much sat in that chair.
What is up with that?
Watching people work. Like he's literally sitting there as these other guys are doing all this work, and he's sitting in this chair, and it's not like he's not able-bodied. Like I saw him get out, move around, and like grab a bag here and there, and there's, but his, like, I'm thinking to myself, wow, the overhead on this operation, pretty significant.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, those kinds of guys who, if they own the company or something, they'll stop by, they'll swing by, they'll make sure they'll have like a dude who's like the main worker person who makes sure that all the stuff's done well. And you stop by, just kind of like ensure that everything's looking great and that the customer's happy and so forth. But most of your time is actually spent on sales.
Right.
If it's, that's the job, right? Not this guy. It's almost like he was making sure they didn't steal the house before they got the job done.
Telling you that one day, hey, I want to talk to you later about something. That was him doing sales.
That was him doing sales. That was it.
He didn't want any, so whatever.
Mind you, in the same week, the people sort of, not Toby, but on the other side, next to Toby, they had their roof replaced, like the like re-shingled or whatever, in one day. Like these people got, it was like a military operation. They got in, strip it out. Maybe it was technically 2 days, but actually the span of time was like 8 hours. Like it was incredibly efficient. And I'm thinking, wow, these guys could learn something from these other people, because I don't know what was going on there. Rockwork guy, Rocky, whatever we call,
not so much.
He's not, like, and then it does look nice.
Well, that's good,
but I'm not going to do it. I mean,
I would hope it would. It'd be kind of funny if you're like, it's like, hey, I want to talk to you about maybe getting some rock work done on your house. And I was like, well, I like my house, but what can you do with my car? I want to get some rock work done on my car. I want a cool rock car.
Oh, the other thing that happened, it's maybe that same day. Let me see. Yeah, it was the same. It was the same day. It was all that. The walk stuff was all that Monday.
Wow, this is a crazy day.
It was
just
Monday.
Another manic Monday.
And the other thing I had to do during this walk was I'm approaching people. And I don't want to startle them. I'm walking out behind people, and I don't want to startle them.
Right.
I don't. But what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not on a bike. I'm not like a ding, 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 ding. Right. I'm not going to yell I'm not going to yell on your left, right?
Oh, yeah.
No. So yeah, that's what I did. I started like doing the
shuffle.
I start scuffing. Yeah. Like I'm walking, like I scuff my feet, but I don't. But I am. And they still aren't turning. So now, like, scuffing a little harder. I'm practically
back there doing the Gregory Hines sand dance.
I'm like, that's this. I'm just now in this scene from History of the World.
Yeah.
And like, and this is what I'm thinking to myself. That's exactly what I was thinking to myself, Gregory Hines. And not to be confused with Duncan Hines.
No, very different.
That man's he's a eunuch. He's
dead.
He's dead. Oh my God, great movie. So like, yeah, it's like, so you do this too. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then finally people like, oh, they turn like, oh, there's people coming.
Yeah. And it's always weird to like think about, like I run into this a lot when I'm running over here on West Orange Trail. Is like I'm doing the Couch to 5K running program, right? So you're familiar with it.
Oh, that's the guy, that Jeff Galloway person.
I think,
or not him.
I don't know. It's an app. No, there's Hal Higdon has his, and these are somebody else.
Okay.
But point is, you run some and you walk some.
Okay.
And how much you run and how much you walk depends on how long you've done the program. But almost invariably, it has scheduled me, and you can see it coming, to start walking right when I close the distance between me and somebody, or usually like two people with strollers and stuff, are also walking.
What are you supposed to do?
So I have to like either run faster so that the ding happens while I'm past them, continue running after the ding if I'm staying at my same pace, or stop running early. Because the worst thing that can happen is stopping and suddenly you're part of this family. You're like, hey guys. It's like the most awkward thing ever. And the worst also is the person who's walking in front of you, but kind of slowly. You're doing the warm up kind of walk, or you're doing the rapid walk because it's and you have it's like you have to overtake them at a relatively slow sort of rate of closure, so that it's this awkward thing where you're walking next to each other for just an uncomfortably long time before you're on the other, you're safe enough past them that you're now able to sort of merge back over into that walking lane, if you will, because you can't like jump over in front of them too soon, because then that's really weird.
It's socially unacceptable. But you feel you have the right to do it. It is your lane too. I mean, but you don't really want to be that guy.
Oh yeah, like jump over in front like immediately.
No, yeah.
And the other thing though is that you have to be conscious of the fact that there are people on bikes on this thing too. So you don't want to be in the passing lane, as it were, because that's oncoming traffic. And if the bike gets there, then now you got.
We know what have been there.
Stuff.
We know what happens, right?
Or what you also have to do is make sure nobody's coming behind you. The bikes are going to pass both of you, and then you get in the passing lane. When the bike gets to you, that's no good. And it's just, there's so many things that go through your head when you're like, this person.
But it's complicated. It's like complicated by the fact that you have to run at a different pace soon.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you've gotten the sort of, you're pacing down, and so you're like, I've got 20 seconds left on this run. I am so going to nail that person at the end of this run, and this is going to suck. And so you have to start going, do I speed up? Do I slow down? What do I do now?
When you say, you don't mean that as a reward, right?
What, nail him? No. I don't think it's a reward for either of us. But yeah, the ones though that I hate the most, and it's like those are all just awkward situations, but this one gives me ire for the people themselves.
Okay.
And this happens at the parks too, is you've got the people that have stopped on the trail and they're talking to one another, or they're preparing or whatever. And when you get abreast of them, that's when they decide to go in the same direction you're going. They start right when you get even with them. Like, now we're all together.
Yep.
What are you doing? Why did you not look and see that I was coming, wait for me to get past, and then go?
They saw it.
Yeah. It's like, why do you have to go now?
Why would you do that to us? Why would you do that to us?
Yeah.
Because now you're us. Like, now we're together.
It's
Why
the
do you do
most
this?
awkward thing in the entire world. And they're like,
It
oh, God,
happens
the
all the
guy's
time.
coming. Hurry up. It's like they want to go before you get there. It's like it's a
like
need
Michelle
to be in
getting
front of you.
Oh, it's like Michelle with the drink. Like if she has, let's say she has a cup of something, and I say, hey, can I have some of your water? Right? Mm-hmm. She will take a sip of water first before she hands it to me, as if she may never get another drink again.
That you might just kill it in front of her. Just
right. Like, who am I? Like, what do you think I am?
Like Jules from Pulp Fiction. That is a tasty burger. He just drains that guy's drink knowing he's about to kill him. That's cold. That's going to be you.
Like, why? Like, but that's what it is like. People are like, oh, hurry up. Come on. This person's coming. Okay. So I was at the Disney Wilderness Preserve. Did you even know that exists?
The Disney World. I've always heard that like a certain massive percentage of the Walt Disney World property is given over to conservation, but I've never.
But this isn't even on. Like, this isn't even on. This is like you have to drive.
Oh, is this something else?
Like, you have to drive an hour south to get to this place.
No, I did not know about this then.
And I'm sure it is property that basically was set aside so that they could actually.
Is that where your thing was
wetlands.
with the swamp?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're there. We're walking on this trail. And I get to this point where I stop to like take some pictures in the little video, and this family who has been, I've just like been worried I was going to encounter them again.
Mm.
They have like a couple little kids, and middle-aged people like us, parents, and they come by. They're also going towards the water, I think. And I missed, I would have been in front of them, but now I'm not because I stopped to take a picture of this one spot. Like, oh no! I think literally that was my reaction. Michelle can confirm this. Like, no. So then let's go. And so I turn the corner to go in the direction, but they're right there still.
Yeah,
they're like 50 feet, walking at a much slower pace than what we're walking. Right. So what do I do? And I know what's going to happen. I'm thinking ahead. Like, this is not my first rodeo. I need to beat these people to the spot.
Yeah.
Because I need to have my presence first, because I need to like decide where I want to be to get some pictures done and video and stuff. Yeah. Right. So I'm going to get there first. And if I walk a normal speed, I'm going to still come up to them by the time we get there, but it's going to be that awkward thing where like, oh no, we're walking together now.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Hi.
So I see my moment. The mother stops to get, I don't know, water bottle or something from her bag. The little boy is up ahead with the father, and the little girl is back with the mother, and she stops, puts her bag down. Okay, it's a nice long stop. Takes a sip of water. Sees us coming. She sees us coming. She moves over to the side, knowing that we're coming. To get out of our way. We greet each other. Hello, hello. Keep going. She calls out to her husband, who is a good, 30 feet ahead. Honey. He turns around. Attentive husband turns around. She says, would you like some? Some water, right? Whatever it was.
Yeah, make him go back. Retreat.
He says, no. At this point, where he's saying no, looking at her, I'm probably 15 feet from him. Mm-hmm. He turns. He continues to walk.
Oh, no.
There's no chance he did not see me closing on him. I'm literally between his one child and his other child.
Right,
coming
that's
at him
supposed to
like
set
I
off
walk,
some
and
kind
people
of
who walked
paternal
with
instinct.
me. Yeah. He turns and starts walking. So, and then of course, I pass him because I'm walking much faster than he is. And then it's like cordial, like, oh, hi, hi. And I wanted to just say, like, buddy, what the heck is wrong with you?
Dude.
What are you teaching your kids? You get out of the way. Your wife, I realized, his wife was actually telling him to get out of the way.
Yeah.
She was clearly calling his attention to the fact that we were there. She was scuffing the feet for me.
Yeah.
Right? She was being a wonderful human being.
Right.
And
he was being a bonehead. He wasn't picking up on any of that.
Complete. So he came from wherever he was grown. It was from the variety, from the fields of the people who do that thing where they decide they're going to start walking right when you get there.
Yeah.
I don't know why those people exist. I think they're the same people. They come from the village of people who also park on the sidewalk. They just, the other day, I walked past this house. There's a car. It's a Tesla even. So I can't judge it because I know good people who own Teslas. And
I do
Tesla
apologize for that person.
is parked in the driveway ostensibly, but across the sidewalk.
Across the sidewalk part, yeah.
There is no other vehicle in the driveway.
Oh, Lord.
So they just decided they just couldn't commit to fully pulling into the driveway. They're like, I think right here's good.
It's like just no ambition, these people. They didn't want to pull all the way up in. I want to be as big a pain in the butt as I possibly can.
Contrast that to yesterday when I was walking and I encounter another situation. This is a family who have 16 vehicles in their one little teeny driveway. And this person who was, I guess, maybe dropping something off or visiting or whatever, friend, was blocking the sidewalk. Mm-hmm. And they were chit-chatting. She was the person in the car was there. And the person, I guess, who lives there was standing at the car door talking to the person. Mm-hmm. I walk into the street to go around the car, of course. And she looks at me and she apologizes.
Oh.
There are people who somehow learn you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to actually obstruct a sidewalk. You're not supposed to start walking again right when the stranger gets to you.
Right, exactly.
It's called yielding.
You let them go. It's not doing anything bad to you that they got in front of you. That's not a threat to your manhood or whatever.
So weird.
Just let them go.
It's so weird. It's so weird, right? It's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like you and I need to go on a walk one day.
I clearly need to see some of this.
I feel like you should. That's what I mean. I feel like you need to Marcus has got to see it. He's not going to believe it. Oh. One final thing. Because I have this other presidential motorcade. We won't talk about that today, but
that's next time for sure. Next time on Accidentally Derivative.
Today, I'm in the guest room in our house.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in the office yet, so I was doing some conference calls this afternoon from my little makeshift guest room set up.
Sure.
And I'm talking, and I'm explaining something like, oh, there's this idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just as I say it, the smoke detector falls from the sky.
What? That's a hell of an idea.
It falls from the sky. Not dangling. It's supposed to be hardwired and everything.
Uh-huh.
No. It just clear falls. In a chunk of ceiling too. It's just it all just falls. And
what the heck happened there?
And it rolled under the bed. It's still there. And I'm looking at this thing and I say, I'm like, I look at the time oh, I'm gonna be late for Marcus.
That's that when I got the. I'm gonna be a little bit. So the sealant came off.
He's communicating to me through smoke detectors. Of course he is.
That's become my thing, man.
Of course he is. Of course he is. But now I know that tonight, at 3 a.m, that baby's going to start beeping. Off. Without a doubt in my mind.
Oh,
but it rolled under the bed, and I'm like, I'm trying to get out of here now. I don't want to crawl under the bed. And
find the smoke detector that fell off the ceiling.
I was like, Marcus.
Well, you got smoke detector problems. I feel bad for you, son.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to get the ladder and everything. It's gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a whole thing. I don't understand. So next time, no. We have one more thing.
One more? Okay.
We have time for one more thing?
Yeah, sure. We did a short one last time, so we'll do a long one this time.
I know, but I told you this is I needed to kind of keep it. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I
but
see this.
This is you doing this, so I don't feel bad at all.
That's true. So good. Oh, good. Yeah, you shouldn't. Where do I begin? It's not really related to this, but it's somewhat related to this. I did get a new toothbrush, but that's not what's important here.
Good.
What's important is that Michelle decided at some point during our staycation thing, where we're doing some things that we don't usually do, except that she's going to clean, because I think I've mentioned we need to clean the toothbrush holder.
Oh yeah.
Because, I know it's so bad I can't even see it, right? Because it's got you got the jarred thing, and then it's got the little piece on the top, the holes in it, 4 holes.
Okay, yeah.
Are you really going to share that with 4 people? Seriously? Who's going to do that?
And cram all 4 of the toothbrushes that close together?
Brushes are going to touch? No.
That's nuts.
That's colon nuts.
That's seriously colon nuts.
Anyway, I position my toothbrush. I put it at an angle so it doesn't even touch the bottom.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like sleeping with your leg across the bed. Yeah. So that's how grossed out I am about it. I can't see I can't see in there. It's going to be gross, right? So I've been we should watch this. And what I was advocating for is dishwashing it.
Yeah, that would be my immediate thought.
So she comes back in to the bathroom one day, and I'm in there, and she says, very proud of herself, I cleaned the toothbrush holder. And I, of course, I'm like, I'm sure you didn't. And I'm such a jerk, but it's for a reason. Because it's for the public good. Because I said, did you dishwash it? She says, no, you can't. She says, you can't dishwash it because it doesn't matter because the holes will prevent the water from getting. I'm like,
now you take that off, right?
Oh yes, Marcus. That's what I would. Okay. That's what you have to take the top wash. This doesn't come off. I know for a fact it does because I've cleaned it before.
Oh, okay.
But I grabbed it and I feel it, and that bad boy is on there cement.
It's so gross in there that it's not coming off.
So I start doing the whole rocking thing, but also mindful that when this baby comes off, I can't fling this hard piece of metal across the into the window or something. So
into my face.
Yeah, so I get it separated. And it's they hear the psycho music. I'm looking at the bottom of this. Ting, ting, ting. It is. I show it to her. I'm this is why this is why you have to dishwash it. Look at this. It was stuck on there with stuff. And And what I didn't know, what I should have said at the time, as I'm looking at this, I should have said, "Oh, Giuseppe," because that's going to be my new exclamation. I'm sure of it.
There you go. That's a good one.
Giuseppe. Don't you think? I think we should use that more often. But public service announcement, people. If it's been a while since you've cleaned the bottom of your toothbrush holder, if you have that kind of toothbrush holder thing, this may be the week you want to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's gross down there. It's gross down there. Yeah. And not looking is not really the best choice.
I don't
treat this like a sneaky Sasquatch situation.
Yeah, that's
because no one's getting the botulism that. I mean, it's gross in there.
And the thing is that it's perplexing because it's like, what exactly is all that stuff and why? Like, what does it consist of? I don't want to know.
We know what it consists of. It's like it's
kind of, but like I thought I rinsed my
you did
my thing, right?
You did, but it still gets a little dripping sometimes. And yet,
there's so much of it.
And it's dark, but not pitch black. Yeah. So it's getting just enough light.
Oh, yeah.
What? You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. All right.
Motorcade next week, huh?
You good for you? Yeah.